How do you explain this, that 9 years ago you're coaching in high school and here you are with this trophy?
I can only give the praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me this opportunity. And I'm going to tell you something. I got the best players in the world, and it's a resilient group.
On his head and one. KD catching it on McGee. Into the full rebound, Durant. Incredible opportunity. Durant for three. It's good. Kevin Durant from downtown. And Golden State takes the lead.
There's been a pronounced edge to the way you've played this season. What is triggering that edge?
It could be my last game anytime I step on that floor, so I got to give it my all.
What goes into a streak to get you to the level you've been at over these last 12 games? What goes into that, Kevin?
Man, God. That's all I can say. Jesus Christ.
Okay, thank you. You're not nothing to do with it.
Nah, that's all him.
Kershaw with a base hit to right. Taylor off and moving with a crack of the bat. Will score easily. Clayton Kershaw with an RBI single.
I was really like, well, what is this? What is Jesus? What does this really mean to me? What is this Jesus guy all about? And I didn't want to just keep calling myself that without having some type of knowledge. So it wasn't until I started asking myself those questions that, I really started to make, my faith my own, and really kind of gave control over to Him. All the things that I do, all this baseball stuff, everything in Africa, all the charities, all that stuff is all great, but the ultimate glory is not for us. We're not here to try and gain accolades for ourselves and gain fame and all this stuff. I think, the reason that we play baseball and I get to do interviews like this is to understand that, God gave us all these opportunities to glorify Him, and I think that's kind of what it's all about.
Yeah, I think a huge thing that we've really just latched onto is eyes up. And you guys see us doing this and pointing up, but we're really like fixing our eyes on Christ. And that's something where, like they were saying, you can't find a fulfillment in an outcome, whether it's good or bad. And I think that's why we're so steady in what we do and our love for each other and our love for the game, because we know this game is giving us the opportunity to glorify God. And I just think once we figured that out and that was our purpose and everyone was all in with that, it's really changed so much for us.
First and foremost, I want to give all glory to Jesus. To Jesus Christ. We had an awesome baptism event at the stadium during the bye week, and 11 people got baptized. It was really cool, and just the spirit is all over this team. So just before we even get into the ball and everything and the trophies and all that stuff, that's where we want to give our glory towards. But the guys are fired up right now. That's to say the least.
You to come back and do this in your hometown area.
I mean, I think it just shows how good the Lord is. He's so faithful, and man, my story is, if anything, I just hope people can see Jesus through my story. And I mean, that's what I think I'm here to do is not make or miss or be a good kicker or a bad kicker, but spread the love of Jesus. So, hopefully I'm able to do that on the stage I'm given.
This cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest drought and storm. What heights of love.
I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I thank Him for covering me.
Coco Gauff is not shy about expressing her faith in Jesus in public. Coco Gauff bowed her knees to pray, but SportsCenter said @Coco Gauff took a moment to soak it all in after winning her first Grand Slam title.
From a spectator in the stands to a champion on the court, what a journey for Coco Gauff, with a tribute to faith and family.
Coco Gauff making history at 19. On Saturday, becoming only the third American teen to ever win the U.S. Open, the youngest since Serena Williams won at 17. At the trophy presentation, Coco opened up about her faith.
I don't pray for results. I just ask that I get the strength to give it my all.
Reflecting on her journey to this moment.
I'm not a basketball coach. I'm just a person that shows up to work every day to help people. And I think that's where you have to look at it. I don't coach basketball. I don't really care about basketball as much as I care about people next to me, the people that I can influence and the people that I can help. And that's the foundation of love and faith and respect and understanding of the guy, regardless of what you do or who you are. I don't think it matters. And so my identity is not in what I do. And I think that's a message that we can learn. like to get to the arena at like noon. I like to do a prayer walk around the court at the garden. I like to be in the garden when there's not a lot of people there, just because it's the garden. So I get there around 11:30, 12. I'll do like a 20-minute walk around the court and just kind of take in how cold it is. I love that. The smell of it, you know, just the banners, obviously.
The early innings, you got on base and it looked like you were making a rowing motion. What is the significance? I've seen a few of your other teammates do that as well. What is the significance behind that?
Question for me? Yeah, sure. So in the Bible, it talks about when Peter walks on water. And so he's in the boat and it's nighttime and there's a storm and they see Jesus walking on the water towards them. They think it's a ghost at first, but then he says, "Don't fear, like it's me." And so then Peter says, "Lord, if that's really you, then tell me to get out of the boat and start walking towards you." And so Jesus says, "All right, Peter, get out of the boat." And so he gets out of the boat and his eyes are fixed on Jesus and he starts walking towards him. But then he looks around and he sees the storm and he sees the waves and the wind and everything, and he starts to sink because he took his eyes off Jesus for a second and started looking at all the distractions and the dangers around him. So we say get out of the boat because we just want to go out there, be free, and eyes on Jesus the entire time. Like everything we do is for him and the gifts that he's given us. And so once you're out of the boat, the next part is, okay, now don't take your eyes off Jesus. You're out of the boat, so continue to get out of the boat and continue to keep your eyes fixed on him and our play. And so that's where the row comes from.
First, I want to start off and say, all glory to Jesus Christ. He's the true champion. Coach D, you changed my life. You changed my life. I did not know God until I got to Boise State. And I serve a true champion. Jesus Christ is the only true God. He died, rose from the dead 3 days later. That's the champion that I serve. And thank you, Coach D. Like, seriously, you changed my life.
What's that bracelet say?
I am second.
I am second, meaning?
Meaning God is first. I'm second. It's a nice little daily reminder. Kind of, I look at it as a way to put others first, put God first. Life's not always about you. Every day, sometimes people get caught up in their own lives. Sometimes it's a nice little reminder to have.
What you're seeing now is what Doug Peterson talked about, that we felt the whole NFL as a community came together this week, and he talked about this. Both teams coming together in prayer before this game starts.
It's just an unbelievable deal for both teams to get together and pray and thank God for what's happened this week.
If you're an athlete, stop scrolling for a second. I'm an athlete as well, and I want to explain something to you. Now, I've been playing basketball for a solid minute, and I just got on to my junior high basketball team. And I'm also a strong Christian. So that leads me to my point of this video. I want to teach you, as an athlete, how to balance sports, schoolwork even, and Christ in your life. Sorry for the crunching, I'm stepping on a bunch of leaves. God tells us in the Ten Commandments, "Thou shalt not be any other God before me," or "Thou shalt not make any other false idols." And what I mean by that is, if you overindulge in sports, work, or school, you're overshadowing the fact that you honor Jesus. And that's not good. So, how do you balance? Well, I personally, before I go in and start practicing or about to go play a game, I always thank God for giving me the opportunity and making me blessed to where I can have and be healthy enough to step on the court and play my hardest. So before you go on the football field, basketball court, baseball field, anything that has to do with sports, just remember to thank God for giving you a healthy body, athletic ability, and just an overall healthy life.
They got you driving 6 hours to pay a team in your same town so you won't go to church. Nothing wrong with sports. It's an awesome thing to do. It's a horrible God.
Oh, my God. My God.
You're talking to a national champion. You're talking to a guy that scored a winning touchdown in that championship game, ESPN. You're talking to a guy that's won state as a coach. I love sports. It's great for so many reasons. It's a horrible God.
Jesus.
Don't worship softball. Don't worship basketball. Don't worship football. It's going to disappoint you. Worship the Creator, not the created.
Do you know the reason why? Because you don't bring anything to it. Now, some of you boys, for example, I am sure have mothers who are not the least bit interested in football. You say, come, Mom, look at this game. It's wonderful. She gets nothing out of it. Why? Because she doesn't bring any knowledge of football to it. Think of how many people would not go to an opera. They would find it boring. That's because they bring no knowledge of music to it. And so certainly you get nothing out of it because you've made no sacrifice, no effort to understand what the Mass is. Very simply, what the Mass is reaching to Calvary and laying hold with your hands of the cross of Christ, with Christ on it, and you plant it down here. You plant it in this city. That's what the Mass is, the continuation of Calvary.
Did it hook? Oh, what a shot! Look at it. Snap hooking on the green, and incredible.
So I've been stronger. I've been getting stronger in my faith and reading the Bible more and more. And then a whirlwind when I actually won on Sunday. So just all this stuff, and it all came. And it was just funny how it's God's plan. God's plan is always better than our plan.
You know, first and foremost, I have to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me with the talents to play this game. I'm his humble servant right now, and I can't say it enough how important, you know, my faith is to how I play the game and who I am. I think in terms of how I've grown up, it's about my relationship, you know, with God and what that means to me and how that evolves or has evolved over the course of my life. From the time I was in 3rd grade, when I made that decision for myself to follow Jesus, to now where I have the ability to be on a stage and a platform every single day, to let that shine through me with how I, you know, conduct myself and where I shine, you know, the glory every chance that I get. And so, in a sense, it's just a part of me just being who I am.